if you're just starting, or if you've done a lot of work and you're feeling blocked, take it small, take it to be free flowing. For me, how I kind of got started in my journey is that um, I was feeling blocked in my life, that I was trying to achieve these things and I wasn't able to achieve them. And somehow I kept hearing this, like, run a marathon. And I was like, you know what? I haven't challenged myself with something really hard in a long time. I keep hearing about running a marathon. I'm going to run a marathon. And I hadn't run in like 10 years. I used to run in high school. I hadn't run in like 10 years. It was a very big, scary kind of goal. But what happened was that I started to run every day to train for this marathon. And I decided that I wasn't going to listen to music or Quran or play podcasts. I was just going to let myself run, enjoy the scenery. I lived in Manhattan at the time. And so I ran every day for at least 30 minutes up to like 2 hours. But it was during these runs that my healing journey started, because I wasn't listening to anything and my mind was just wandering, and it was making connections and things were coming up, and I would have epiphanies. And and then I started reading things, and things just started to unfold, and I began to see how much healing I needed to do, and I began to actually do the work of healing it. But it really just started with 30 minutes to myself, letting my mind wander. So I know some people who like to just go on random drives and drive and let their mind wander, or just go on a walk, or just sit in your room and ask yourself why. Ask yourself why about something. Why did that make me mad? But why didn't it make me mad last time? But why did it bother me so much? But why does it keep happening? But why didn't I say anything? Just why, until you will get somewhere. The thing about the healing journey is that, by the mercy of Allah, like, you're guaranteed success. I love how Nahla said there's no healed person. You won't get to complete healed, but you're guaranteed to make progress, because literally it's like a flimsy door. It's just that we are so scared to knock on the door, to push it, like, this is the way I am. I don't want to, upset my parents. I don't want to damage my friendships, whatever. Like, I just have to suck it up, that we are just so tightly bound in how we've been operating. But the minute that you begin to question it or push at it, it will just, it falls over to show you that that's why. Like, and what you'll find will be usually very simple, right? It'll be simple. You are people pleasing. You are afraid of being abandoned. It'll be very simple and obvious and clear. But then you will realize it is so hard for you to change. You're like, oh my God, like, it's so hard for me to stop people pleasing, or it's so hard. And now the work begins, because the knowledge of what's going on and the understanding of what it is are the simple things. But to actually do it really comes from you challenging so many beliefs about you. And this is what I do as a mindset coach, is that what are these underlying beliefs that people won't like me when I do this, and that I will, be outcast from my family. And I believe that it's bad. We have a question in the chat. I believe that it's bad to challenge my parents. My parents, want me to become an engineer or a doctor, and I have to do that no matter what. And we just the layers and layers of beliefs that you have to go through. And so that's the healing work, is to dig through the layers of why it's so challenging. Because on the surface, it's simple, right? Don't people please. When someone says something you don't want to do, just say no. You're like, yeah, that sounds easy, but I don't know why I cannot get myself to say no. When they ask me, Zahra, can you come over? No, yes. Like, why is it so hard? And so you want to give yourself grace now. Grace, compassion, mercy. Like, I acted the way I did because that is what I believed before. And now, in order for me to behave and act differently, I have to believe something different, right? It's because you believe that it is good to adhere to everything that your parents have said, which is why you do it. So if you can believe that it's good not to do exactly everything they say, or to offer your own perspective in this respectful way, then you'll be able to do it. A lot of times we want to shift our behavior without looking at the underlying belief. And it is too much of a gap. You have to first change the belief, then you can shift your behavior. And that part of the healing journey, find whatever way and whatever method supports you. Nahla gave great list, and then don't look around, right? If this way works for you, do it. Just do it. And you'll reach a point where maybe it won't work for you anymore and you'll need to look for something else. But while something is working for you, don't question it. Use that method if it is supporting you. And also don't get caught up in what the source is. If it's a non-Muslim source that is supporting you, do it, because there's no monopoly on this truth. All of the spiritual teachers are drawing from the same well. All of the prophets taught the same thing, right? And these new age people calling it, oh, it's the universe and blah, blah, blah. That's fine. If it resonates with you, substitute in Allah for universe and use it. Like, don't overwhelm yourself with, oh my God, what, is this not? If it is making you feel better, trust it, because the number one thing is it is not although it is commonplace now for us to be full of anxiety, stress, and feeling depressed and all of these things, it is not normal. We were made, Allah created us for joy, for happiness, for prosperity, for abundance, for wealth, for beauty, for love. And that is the norm. And so if you are finding some resources that lead you to feel those uplifting, higher vibration feelings, trust that your spirit is responding to something with goodness in it, and allow yourself to enjoy it, and don't close yourself off from it, because again, that's another trap to keep you feeling down. Anything that's keeping you feeling down is not the way to go. So the healing journey, start simple, start with a walk, a drive, sitting and asking yourself why, allow yourself to go where it leads, and then have grace, because it is simple, but it is very hard to do. And that difficulty comes from all the layers of beliefs that you have stacked up on top of each other, and you want to, like an onion, go through them and undo as many as you can.